Every war, every tear, every evil act in history, they all lead to one question. Did God, the God who is supposed to be perfectly good, actually create evil? If he made everything, did he also make the thing that destroys everything? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will see good and evil in a way you never have before. In the beginning, the Bible says God looked at everything he made and called it good. Light, oceans, mountains, animals, humans. Not one flaw, not one shadow of evil. Genesis chapter 1 repeats it again and again. Good, good, very good. So here's the strange part. If creation started this perfect, where did evil even come from? It had to come from somewhere. And the answer starts with a being you've probably heard of. Before humans existed, God created another kind of being, angels. Spirits made to worship, to serve, and to choose. And that word, choose, is the key to this entire mystery. God didn't make robots. He made beings with free will, the ability to love him or to turn away. And among all these angels, one stood out above the rest, brighter, more beautiful, more powerful than any other. His name was Lucifer. Lucifer wasn't just beautiful. The Bible says he was the seal of perfection, covered in jewels, full of wisdom, walking among the very fire of God. He had everything: position, power, glory. But somewhere, something shifted inside him. He began looking at his own beauty, his own power, and slowly a thought crept in. A thought that would change everything. Why should I serve when I could be served? That single thought turned into pride, and pride turned into rebellion. The Bible says Lucifer wanted to rise above God's throne, to be worshipped instead of worshiping. He convinced other angels to follow him. A massive number turned away from God in that moment. Heaven, the most peaceful place that ever existed, became a battlefield. Not because God created a flaw, but because a perfect being made an imperfect choice. God didn't destroy Lucifer. He cast him out. The Bible describes it like a lightning strike, falling from the highest place in existence all the way down. His wings turned from glowing gold to ash. His crown of light shattered into broken horns. The most beautiful being God ever made became the very symbol of evil. Lucifer became Satan. And evil, for the first time, entered existence, not created by God, but chosen by a creature. Here's something most people never think about. The Bible never says God created a thing called evil, the same way he created light, water, or stars. Instead, evil is described more like darkness. And darkness isn't a thing, it's the absence of light. In the same way, evil is the absence of good. What happens when a being turns away from God's design? God didn't build evil into creation. Evil is what's left when good is rejected. Now fast forward. God creates the first humans, Adam and Eve, and places them in a perfect garden called Eden. Everything they need is right there: food, beauty, peace, friendship with God himself. But just like the angels, Adam and Eve were given free will too. And in the middle of the garden, God placed one tree, one simple rule, one choice that would test everything. That's when the fallen angel, now called Satan, appears. Disguised as a serpent, he slithers up to Eve near that one forbidden tree. He doesn't force her to do anything. He can't. Instead, he twists the truth. Did God really say you can't eat from this tree? You won't die. You'll become like God himself. One lie, one choice, and the entire course of human history was about to change forever. Eve took the fruit. She ate it. Then she gave it to Adam, and he ate it too. In that single moment, everything changed. The Bible says their eyes were opened, but not in a good way. Shame entered the world. Fear entered the world. Death entered the world. Two people, given a perfect world and perfect freedom, made one choice that broke everything. Not God's design, their decision. Now here's the big question. If God is all-powerful, why didn't he just stop Adam and Eve? Why didn't he stop Lucifer? The answer is simple, but it's heavy. Real love cannot be forced. A world where you're forced to obey isn't really love, it's control. God wanted real relationship, real love, and real love only exists where there's a real choice, including the choice to walk away from him. From that point on, evil spread. Not because God planted it, but because every human after Adam and Eve inherited that same broken nature and the same free will to choose wrong. Wars, hatred, suffering. Every dark headline you've ever seen traces back to this moment in the garden. But here's what's incredible. God didn't walk away. Even after all of this, he already had a plan to fix it. God's plan was Jesus. Instead of staying distant, God stepped into the broken world himself. He lived among the pain, the suffering, and the evil he didn't create, and he took it head on. The cross wasn't God ignoring evil, it was God defeating it. Death, the very thing that entered through that first sin, was conquered. Evil didn't get the final word, love did. So, did God create evil? No. God created freedom. And freedom always carries risk, the risk of love being rejected. Evil is the scar left behind when that freedom is misused. But God didn't leave us in that scar. He gave us a way back. So here's the real question now. Knowing all of this, what will you choose? Like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts below.